So hi, Rivelino. Thank you so much for joining our Startup Network session of interviews. We are doing this actually for our Unicorn Cup, which is to take place really soon on the 20th of November. And honestly, we would like to listen to the feedback and how your story, your personal story connected with Startup Network and Unicorn Battles. So please share with us how actually did you found out about Startup Network and Unicorn Battles, and why and how did you decide to apply?
So, Maria, thank you very much for having me here and this to join your program or your channel. So, I've been in the biotech startup scenes for many years. So, I started with initially in Canada with my first company. Then I moved back to Germany in 2006. We started a new company. We brought few products to the medical market in Europe and in the US. We sold the company, and then I started few other companies. One of them is in Switzerland. It's called Monarch Bioimplants.
Hmm.
When anyone asks me what type of work am I doing, which field of work am I doing, I always tell them I'm in the sex industry. And they all get shocked. And so, what are you talking about? And I tell them, before you get disappointed, let me explain. When a man gets prostate cancer, and most men will have it if they live long enough, their best option is to go through a surgery to remove the prostate. When they do the surgery, they get impotent. That's the side effect. The surgery is very efficient to stop the cancer, but the side effect is horrible. The side effect is erectile dysfunction. And this erectile dysfunction, 70% of the case will last 1 year. So it's a very scary problem for most men. It's like breast cancer for women. Most women are really afraid of this. Most men are really afraid of prostate cancer. So we developed a membrane that could be implanted right during the surgery. So what happened is patients get their potency back much earlier. So we were raising money. We raised the initial funding, and then I came across the first unicorn battle last year. Was still beginning this year, maybe 2020, in Frankfurt. But and I actually live in Germany, not far from Frankfurt. When I heard about it, I got super excited. I didn't know about the unicorn battles. I tried to register, but I was too late. So when I came, I was like too late. So I went anyways to see the competition. It was a beautiful competition. I was very excited to see how the whole environment was very like dynamic. It was very cool. I like it. So I registered for the one in Zurich, and we were glad to be second place. And it was like a very small margin. We lost to the first place very, very little, but very little, and we almost made first place. But I was super happy. I had a super time. We met like other potential investors, and what happened is during this, because of this event, and many people who heard more about us, we came across like big investors who are willing to put more money now. And Monarch is doing good in this sense. And I have to thank the Unicorn Battle for this, although it was not the first place, but it was an excellent platform to show our work and what we do.
During the pitch, Rivelino, which probably maybe piece of advice have you also heard, not only in terms of potential investment, but also maybe some of the piece of advice which you heard from somebody from the judges, which you found also suitable and beneficial for you?
Well, the judges there, they made a lot of comments which were very useful for us in how to make it bigger. I can't, off the top of my mind, I don't have any specific ones, because that night I met so many people, so many interesting people, like super clever, experienced people from all levels. And it was a flood of information and contacts. We exchanged a lot of business cards and emails. So after that, we had a lot of follow-ups, and people gave me a lot of other indications, or why don't you try here? Why don't you try there? Which helped us a lot to improve our business case, let's put it this way, and made us much stronger to discuss with other investors. That's what we are doing right now.
How can you tell, like, after that event, what opportunities maybe come up your way in this case?
So first of all is the publicity that happens in LinkedIn. And because in the event, you end up meeting a lot of investors, they they cluster together. Investors are friends of other investors. So what happens in this case is someone likes your whatever picture that in LinkedIn and his friends see it or their friends see, and then they start getting to watch and see what we are doing. So it's much easier. And we also made, of course, we announced to other people that we got the second place, made a like newsletter. All of this helped. And now, so we had discussion with consultants that were there in the event as well, who gave us some advice, and even advice for free, which was really we needed at that moment, because we were struggling for money. I mean, 2020 is not an easy year. It's been a very complicated time for most companies in the medical field, especially in Europe. Made life is not easy for medical device companies here, because there is a change in regulation. The new law is making everyone like going mad. And for startups, even harder, because we're in the middle of a crisis. So money is not that easily available. So joining a competition like the Unicorn Battle gives you or puts you in a much better position to see what is out there and for others to see you, because the competition is hard at this moment, very hard.
Tell me, please, wait, share a little bit of your emotions and how you were you preparing exactly for the pitch, because as you mentioned, it's not an easy thing. So how, in this case, to maybe like to prepare yourself to win the first or the second prize?
Well, I think the first thing you have to have in mind when you go to such a competition or public speaking is, and I have to use this term, I know it's very used, this mindset. You have to have the mindset of a champion. You have to come like, first of all, you have been selected to be there. So if you've been selected, it means that you have something to offer, because there are hundreds and hundreds of other companies that are applying. If they picked you among the first 10 or 12, so you have a big chance. So you shouldn't come like, oh, I have no chance. No, you should come proud, like, yes, I'm here and I want everyone to see what I have to offer, and speak with this confidence. And this is extremely important, because if you are not excited about your own work, your own device, your own project, your own company, how do you expect other people to be? So you have to be convinced. No, I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed. I'm very happy, because I do what I like it. I really, the type of things I do is because I really enjoy. I enjoy inventing things. I started chemistry. I had the chance to spend hours and hours in the lab, and creating this device for helping millions of people later is what drives me. So coming in front of an audience and speaking to them about this, I'm not afraid. It's super exciting. And if someone asks a question about my business model and says, "Oh, your business model is not correct," and I'm open to learn, because you cannot learn everything in life. You have to be open to the fact that many things you are not able to control, and that's why we have partners. I mean, the biggest mistake you can make in the startup is trying to do everything by yourself. You make a big mistake. So, long story short, you have to come to the competition with the mindset, I will do my best to win. Even if there is a moment that some thoughts come to your mind saying, you have no chance, look how good that guy is, or look how big that the market of the other company is. Don't think this way. Enter to win the competition and do the best. And if you are super good as a public speaker and you have a super business model, let's put it this way, don't come thinking that you already won. Because if you come with this, like if you think that, oh, I don't have to give 100%, you may be surprised. So you have to come and do the best, because people out there, the competitors, they are coming and they will push. And that's why you have to fight with all your strength. I mean, after my presentation, I was tired because I was concentrating. I was putting my best. And and I could notice that some of the other people, they had beautiful stories, beautiful business ideas, but they were not showing excitement about this. And that's the sad part. So come on, why don't you show this? I mean, it's your, let's put this, it's your baby. You have to make it look good. And I believe that all the ideas that were there, they all had a big chance to be in the first, second, or third place. And it is not easy for the judges either, but they have to pick one or two or three. So that's why I was happy to be there, and I'm joining other ones with other startups that I have. So I'm now a big fan of the unicorn battles, and I love the model, and I want to be in one of them. I want to get first place to go to the big competition.
So as far as I understand, you still want to participate again, in this case, to get to the Unicorn Cup finals.
Yeah, of course. But this time will be with another startup that I have, because as I said, Monarch Bioimplants, the one for the prostate cancer, we got like a big investor now. We are in a very good position, to move forward.
Was it also with the help of Unicorn Battles?
So probably because I don't know exactly how we came in contact with this other new investor, because things are very dynamic and they come and all of a sudden you don't have the time to ask, hey, how did the whole thing started?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it had an influence. If it was not directly or indirectly through the Unicorn Battle gave us the confidence. And this plays a major role because you get a second place. Like I was there in Zurich, you had a lot of companies from Switzerland, Luxembourg, Germany, and you get all those companies together, and all of a sudden you're second place, and you're like, wow. My idea is not just a dream; it is a serious idea. So, and when you have this in your heart, you come to discuss with other investors. They notice, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. And this is very important because you want people to join your team, people who believe. You don't want someone to come to the boat and he's not really in the team. You want someone who is excited as well. And that's what we are doing now.
That's for sure, Rivelino. Honestly, I'm really glad when I hear such kind of stories, when I hear such kind of feedback, because it really it brings, it fuels again enthusiasm about all these things which we're doing. Can you, how do you think, Rivelino, should be there like more such kind of pitching events? Or should be there are more unicorn battles for such kind of uh, so more stories would be like yours for such kind of.
Yeah, of course. I think, I personally think that every city, every major city, let's put like Basel, Zurich, Lucerne, and Frankfurt, Berlin, Munich, in Europe, they should hire you guys to promote such competitions among their startups, because a competition increases the level of the startups, because a lot of startups, they are very amateur, they are not very professional, and in order for them to become good, they have to enter the professional league, let's put this way. And that's how we improve it. We put competition, because in the event you can bring people together who are bright people and they are fighting, and it's through competition that you improve. It's like you don't learn how to fight jiu-jitsu or kung fu or whatever martial art just by watching a video. You have to get punched. You have to be there. People will throw on the floor, they will step on you, but then you stand up stronger, and next time you are much better. So that's why I believe such competitions should happen. I mean, of course, it shouldn't be every day, but people should be able to have a system that they know, wow, in 3 months from now, we'll have the next unicorn battle in my city. I want to be ready for this. So when they see this, they prepare themselves, they polish their product, and they get improved. And because they will expose themselves, so they feel the responsibility. They come out of the competition with the feeling, wow, I'm in the news now. I better make it work well. This is very important. It's important for the level of competitiveness, of professionalism in the startups, because, most innovation come from startups. It's more dynamic, but it's very chaotic, which gives room for creativity, but too much chaos can be a problem. So there is a limit between chaotic and too much. So, and competitions will help us to fine tune, especially if there is a price in the end. And there are thousands of startups there, you know, crazy, running like crazy. And I know many because I also work as consultant to startups. I help them to improve their work, to get better in their product development. And I know how much they need cash and how much they need exposure to, to venture capital, to angel investors. And I just give an example. Most VCs will have a hard time to see your business plan because they receive 400 a month. So nobody can read 400 business plan. You know, it's just too much. But if they come to a competition and you are able to show yourself there, you have a much better chance. And what I like also about the unicorn battle is the mix and the type of judges. They're very mixed. You don't only have the typical, you know, VC guy. You have people from all different backgrounds. And this makes the whole thing much better. I believe all the companies, at least in the two events that I participate, the first one just as in the audience, and the second one in the as where I won the second prize. In both of them, I noticed this interaction and this well mixture or mix of different backgrounds. It was good. It was very good. By the way, in the first one that I attended in Frankfurt, I was able also to make a lot of new connections and learn new things, although I was not in a competition. But this was very important for me to learn to get to know new people, to get to know new ideas. And also, why it's so important also to come as in the audience and watch, because you learn from the mistakes. You see some people making their presentations and you look and you think, man, he shouldn't have done this, or he should have been prepared for this type of question. So you go home and you make your homework because you know they may ask this question as well. You know, and this is very important to be in these competitions. So yeah, that's what I can say about this.
Thank you so much, Rivelino, because honestly, this is one of the most exciting feedbacks which I've heard so far. I really appreciate it, and we also all our team actually is appreciating because we're doing our best to prepare these events, and we're happy when our participants and our judges are happy. So thank you so much for these words. Honestly, it really inspires to do more. Actually, we're for the time being, we're inviting you to watch our Unicorn Cup finals, and definitely I'm sure that we'll see your other project, your other startup at our future events where you can also pitch and maybe, as you mentioned, with the mindset of a champion to win the first prize and possibly win the first prize in the finals.
Of course, there we go.
Thank you so much. And in this case, we'll also show you the video before we will publish it, and you also will be able also to watch it. Thank you so much once again, Rivelino. And have a
Thank
nice,
you.
in your case, right, day, because you're now in Brazil or not?
No, I'm in Germany.
Oh, in Germany. In that case, good evening to you. We also have here evening. So see you soon and have a nice evening.
You too, Maria.